What's up, guys? Shaka from Mind's Eye Status back in Dubai after traveling through Russia for an entire month. I was in Moscow with my wife. Before that, in Montenegro. I want to share some experiences with you guys. So, I recently hired a finance coach, a money management coach to be more specific. Shout out Daniel Marshall. He's fantastic, by the way. If anybody's interested, I can pass on his details. And the reason I hired him is because I noticed that there was a gap in my knowledge. That gap was money management. I am a decent entrepreneur. I know how to make money, I know how to market and sell and create content, etc. But managing and investing money, that's a whole nother game. And it's something that I've taught myself how to do, but I'm not exactly where I want to be. So I hired Daniel and I've been working with him for the past 2, 3 weeks. And already the amount of clarity that I'm getting is worth the investment, if I'm honest. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because whenever I meet somebody, or maybe I'm catching up with an old friend or something, and they tell me about something that they want to achieve, a gap in their knowledge, in their lifestyle, in their business, finances, whatever. And they tell me that they have this gap, but they don't do anything about it. I don't understand that. Guys, this is going to be a bit of a ranty podcast. We're back at it, weekly podcasts, and I'm going to share my personal experiences. I simply don't get that because for me, one of my worst fears is staying the same and not improving an area of my life that I know needs improvement. A couple of areas for me, for example, I'll share with you guys what I'm going through, is the money management side of things and also my fitness and health. Thank God, Alhamdulillah, I'm pretty fit, I'm pretty healthy. We eat relatively clean. My wife cooks all the time. But physique wise, I'm not exactly where I want to be. I'm more on the slimmer side and I want to put on some muscle. So, money management and fitness are two key areas of focus for me at the moment. Apart from my business is always my sole focus, and some would argue that I need to put my fitness as the sole focus, and I can understand that as well. But when you have this level of obsession with a mission, you kind of tend to put the other things on the back burner, which I won't be doing moving forward, which is why I got back into the gym and I am training consistently now and doing sauna regularly. Now, coming back to Dubai, it's pretty exciting because it feels like season two. Because prior to this big 2 month getaway, because it was summer, it was too hot to stay in Dubai. Prior to the 2 months, we were in Dubai for the last 7, 8 months. And now we're back. And last time we were here, Mind's Eye Status blew up. We met a lot of great, amazing clients here in Dubai, had some cool events, and now I'm back and I feel so fired up to hit the ground running. And that includes taking specific areas of my life very seriously. Now, what is this for you? For you, it will be something different. For you, it might be your communication skills, which is maybe why you're following me in the first place. It might be your professional life, your business, your finances. Whatever that is, check it out. We're in quarter 4 of 2025. We only have barely 3 months left in the year. What are you gonna do? What are gonna do for the next 3 months? Are you just gonna keep running on that hamster wheel, waiting for opportunity to come, seeing inspirational posts on Instagram, saving them, liking them, and then doing the same old thing, going through the same old routine? Or are you going to do something about it? There's a reason why I paid this guy thousands and thousands of dollars to coach me on finances. Because I know when I put skin in the game, you take it more seriously. That's just the reality. For me, it helps. A big reason why I hire mentors and coaches myself is because more often than not, I know what to do, but I need feedback. And when I pay money, that adds a bit of that sense of urgency and accountability. And some of my clients have claimed the same thing as well. For the gym, at the moment, I'm not interested in a fitness coach because I'm paying for a pretty expensive gym here in Dubai. So that's enough motivation. But the point that I'm making here is invest in yourself. And this isn't a pitch for my services. We work with like max 9 or 10 people every month. We have over 300,000 followers on Instagram. So we don't really need that many more clients. If you want to work with us, you can book a call with us at mindseyenstatus.com. But I'm sharing this because it's a game changer. I say it to my friends. I had a friend over the other day visiting me here in Dubai. And I told him, he told me that his partner had recently invested in a business coach. And I was so excited for him. I was so excited for him and for her because I know that when you invest in yourself, you get the best returns. I know people that have spent thousands and thousands in these long-term stocks, invested 5 years ago. Now they have a few extra grand. Meanwhile, their lifestyle exactly the same. Or they spent a few $1,000s on a business class flight or on an expensive watch. Yet, when I ask them how much have they actually invested in themselves, it's usually zero. Apart from my current circle of new friends that I've made. And I did a podcast with a good friend of mine, Lawrence Thomas. You can find it on this page. And I asked him in that podcast, this guy's doing very, very well for himself. You know, he makes millions. I asked him, what is the biggest determining factor for your success? He said, without hesitation, investing in myself, education. He doesn't even sell a course. He's not trying to sell you a course like me. He does email outbound and marketing. So I see this as a trend with the most successful people. It's the ones that invest in themselves. It pays off. It pays off and it trains you to value your own time, your own personal development more than anything. I coach executives, leaders, CEOs, even founders, entrepreneurs on developing an executive presence, having a stronger grounded presence when they're communicating, right? And I got to tell you, many of them who come to work with us are so intelligent. I mean, in fact, they're all intelligent and they're technically so experienced. Yet what's missing is the soft skills. It's the communication ability. It's the ability to be grounded and assertive whenever they need to be. Doesn't matter how much experience you have as an engineer or accountant or a lawyer. If you don't know how to articulate your value and engage people when you communicate, all that knowledge and experience goes to waste. It is a bit of a rabbit hole. Once you go down that path of personal development, it can become quite obsessive. For example, these books behind me, that friend that visited me the other day, I asked him to bring some of my personal development books all the way from Sydney, from my parents' house. And you go down that rabbit hole and it gets to a point where you can't unsee what you've seen. And what I mean by that is when you get a taste for your potential, you can't unsee it. It just motivates you so much. For example, let's say you want to start stepping out of your comfort zone and increase your mental strength, your mental toughness. You start taking cold showers. You take it for 1 minute and then 2 minutes and then 3, 5. Next thing, you're having a 10-minute cold shower. That will do something to you psychologically, without a doubt. It's an easy place to start, by the way, for anybody. That will do something to you psychologically. And after that, you can't ignore the fact that you have so much potential. You will be surprised. You will carry yourself with more confidence when you walk into a social setting, just from the cold showers. Or meditation. Our clients do meditation challenges consistently. We notice, and they notice, they tell us as feedback, that even after a week of meditating consistently, they feel significantly different and they can't go back to the old ways. If you don't know where to start, jump in the deep end. In fact, if your goal is communication skills, I invite you. Here's an invitation to you. Come work with us or have a chat to see if you're a good fit, because we work with people very privately and exclusively. So you need to be able to take feedback, be held accountable, be honest with yourself, and commit. Otherwise, you stay the same. And if you're very unfit and unhealthy, go hire a personal trainer. Do something. Do something. I am so happy to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I'll see you guys next week.